things if they're on TV or radio broadcast.
They believe it's the community or the state level.
And there's a federal agency in charge of monitoring on that. There you go, the FCC. Federal.
I just want y'all to know he took business law. Actually, no, he didn't take business law, but he took a law class.
Yeah. So the FCC's been in charge of that. Do we know anything about some of the FCC regulations on violent portrayals, language, those sorts of things in broadcast media? I'm a telecommunications major, so you hurt me just a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, you can say them all on TV now.
Yeah, I know, that's exactly it.
All
Yes.
those words.
All those words.
I was just looking down at my notes. In your research, back to violent video games, did you find anything about what playing those videos, fast-paced, violent video games can do to the brain? There's some good things and some bad things, at least, that I found when I was looking briefly at the issue.
I mean, certain video games can establish more problem-solving thinking. I look to games like Portal or stuff like that where you have to think outside the box, but it's also a game where you're threatened with incineration every 5 minutes.
Well, do you know how our military uses video
We
games?
use VR technology to kind of train more hostile situations without actual threat to a soldier, which is good because we can avoid injuries and any unnecessary stress.
So I don't know anything about this. So is that similar to basically like a video game? Is that what you're saying? I know what VR is, but
Yes, there are.
so you're saying that we're using basically video games
to train our
to train our military,
Oh.
and you guys can play these games. I'm not cool with that.
Well, there are some. Like
You see what I
the
mean?
government's not going to release their soldier training video games to the public because
Well,
then
of course,
terrorist
yeah.
organizations have access to that and all of our weaknesses. But
Right. So, but is it similar? Probably. Would you say?
I doubt that it's on the same level of realism. That's the thing. When we play Call of
Some of
Duty,
these games are super like scary real to me.
well,
I mean, and I'm a wimp. I don't do games. I don't
I
understand
mean,
why
a
you
lot
do.
of the market now is shifting away from realism.
And shifting to what?
Or like the newest Call of Duty game is set in the future, like 50 years from now, where we have people living on Mars.
And how is that beneficial?
It's like it's less. People can't
Yep.
like
Right.
Okay.
people can't identify with that.
Okay.
Which means they're less likely to establish a connection to whatever they're doing.
Right.
Like, I personally play a lot of Destiny, but I can't say, oh yeah, I like punching this alien in the face.
Right.
I'm not gonna go out and find an alien.
So if you saw an alien, you may be more likely to punch one, but you're less likely to see an alien.
On account it's an alien, but
Right. Right.
I mean that.
So on that point, Cole, Jonah, do you think if you're somebody who is prone to act out in a violent way after taking in violent media or participating in some sort of violent media, do you think you're less likely to act out if it's a less realistic depiction? So it's a Martian, it's a robot, it's a rock person, it's a whatever.
I don't think you necessarily would be less likely to act out.
Okay. You think if you're prone to violent responses, you may be just as violent if it wasn't a realistic situation?
I think violence is violence in that sense.
Okay. All violence is created equal at that point? Gavin?
You're asking like if I was violent.
I'm saying if somebody's predisposed to violence, we would expect that they would be more likely to act out after participating in some violent media experience, whether it's watching a movie, playing a video game. Do we feel like that may be nullified a bit if that violence is on a Martian, on an alien, on a robot, on something that's not a person whose head you're blowing off?
And I think it'd be the same, honestly.
Okay.
I feel like if that goes back to a mental health issue, if someone's predisposed to violence, they're going to find an outlet and associate with it no matter what. People who like the thrill of violence just want the thrill of violence, but I don't, when I play anything, when I play Skyrim or something, I don't walk outside and expect to find a dragon to shoot a bow and arrow at.
So you found, your research suggests that it's going to exacerbate a pre-existing mental health condition.
Yeah.
but did you find any research to suggest that it could lead to mental health conditions?
Not directly or indirectly, like you've been exposed to it your whole life and have something at home going on, you're more likely to attach to violence through video games, but it's not like I played one of my first video games was a my parents bought it was a M-rated Batman video game where they had guns and assaulted them, but I was like 4 or 5 when I played that, and I think I turned out alright.
Well, speaking of which, should we have superheroes or characters that appeal to the younger age set be involved in games like that? I mean, should there be an M-rated Lego game?
No.
But I mean, an M-rated Batman game?
I mean, most licensed games are bad anyways.
Are you talking about aesthetically bad or?
No, just bad.
In general.
And even then, like the good ones, like the Batman Arkham series, they're they're a bit complicated in terms of their gameplay that a 5-year-old won't be able to pick it up as easily.
I used to drive carpool with a 4th grader who was all over the Arkham games. I mean, that seems a little young to me for, you know,
Which is
what you learn in the carpool
I'm
life.
telling you, you do, absolutely.
But I mean, he was in 4th grade, and I'm just going,
I mean,
Jason, you can't play that.
you can't blame a company like Marvel or DC for wanting to make some money from a video game,
But in our society, we don't like to blame parents either.
Yeah, no, we like to find industries or characters to blame things on.
Let me ask you guys this. I read from the prompt that you seem that your inclination going into this was that violence doesn't necessarily have a negative effect on the user. What in your research and the studies that you came across contradicted what your preconceived notions of this topic were? So did you come across something where you're like, no, it doesn't, but then you read some research that completely contradicted that for you?
Not completely contradicted.
Okay.
It absolutely does.
Okay.
There was a study done by Mount Sinai Hospital in New York that said it absolutely will, or not absolutely will, but can